What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. To have no fear. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. 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 What you waiting for?
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Goa once again. This is the Merv Brito Show. My name is Merv Brito, and a very warm welcome. Thank you for tuning in, for all of those tuned in right now. We did a show last week, and it was pretty sad. It was under really tragic circumstances. We had the fire at the nightclub here in Goa, and there's breaking news of stuff that's happening once again right now. We're going to get into it in a little while, but as we always do, before we do, I want to say thank you to the people that make all of this happen here. Right now in the studio, we've got a full house. I want to say thank you to the people that make this happen, because without them, I couldn't do what I do. So we'll start off with the big dog, Mr. Barreto. He finally made it.
By the skin of my teeth.
I'm kidding you. I hope it's only going to be cheap.
You've got to wish someone, haven't you?
Yeah,
we're working on
that. Yeah, I want the big man to wish my niece. So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the other big fella in the studio that makes this all happen, another guy named Mr. Wilbert Cardozo. What up, Willie?
Hello, everyone.
We've got a face that only a mother could love. He's very handsome. He was with me at the Serendipity Festival yesterday. The one and only Mr. Yusuf Mataji.
Hey guys, what's up?
That's it. Hey guys,
What's up? Hi.
All the ladies you were looking at Bangalore place yesterday. You want to send a shout out?
The Bangalore place.
Where we went and had dinner yesterday. We're checking out.
We have quite lots of fun. Thanks, Ajoy. I know everybody.
It was good fun.
Really, lots of fun that we enjoyed, and we met lots of audience.
We went to the Serendipity Festival. You're going to introduce that topic in a little while, yes? Another face in the studio who does a lot of the social media work, the one and only Mr. Neil Rodriguez. What's up, Neil?
How's it going there?
And last, and I always say this, the wordsmith, my fashion designer, the love of my life, the breakfast queen, the one and only Mrs. Joanne Barreto.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Lovely to be here. Hope you're all doing well and having a great Sunday.
It's a sad day for those of you around the world that have heard the news and seen the news, and I hate to jump right into it, but you know what? It's happening. It's breaking news. It's trending, and that's what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Brito Show, and we do the show live from Goa every week. There's no editing. We stream this content live to let people aware of this place that we love so much and call home. It is a show from Goa by Goan people, but it's for anybody around the world that has a connect. Anytime you've even been here, you've got history, you've got spouse, you love the place. We're very passionate about what we do and where we do it from. And this show is all about making people aware. Any trending topics, things that can happen that affect us here locally in our own backyards, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, we want to make people aware of it. We do the show live, and it's streamed at a specific time, 6 p.m. every Sunday. People from North America all the way down to Sydney, all the way to Australia, New Zealand, anywhere around the world can get involved. It is an interactive show, and as you can see across the bottom of our screen, all our social media handles, we would love to hear from you. Get in touch with us. We will put that on the screen right now. Anywhere you get your social media, you can check out the Merv Brito Show on X, Facebook, YouTube, Insta. You can go and check out more about us and previous episodes on the website, which is www.themervbritoshow.com. We're going to start it off. I'm broadcasting live from a shack. I'm in Kalangut right now. It's a little windy, so if it's loud, excuse the wind noise. But Is that the window?
No baked beans. No.
Nobody's had baked beans. Before we get into the sad news, we want to send out a shout out right now to a very special, lovely young lady who is celebrating a birthday. The big dog's niece, the one and only Anaiah.
Happy birthday, Anaiah, my darling.
She's your goddaughter as well.
She's my goddaughter, and you know what? I always had a complex because only my younger sister could get to wish my nieces live on air, and now I get to do so through the Merv Radio Show. So thank you, Merv.
Make it special, my friend. How old is Anaiah today?
Anaiah is 14, if I'm right.
Oh my God.
He's a hell of a godfather,
She's
isn't
growing.
he?
That's all I'm going to say. She's growing, and she's growing fast. And yeah, you know what? That sucks, but you know she's growing into a lovely lady. So we're all happy.
And you're proud to be her godfather.
Yes.
Good, man. Well said. Happy birthday, Anaiah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send a shout out to anybody, anywhere around the world, we'd love to hear from you. We've already mentioned the social media sites. And the one thing that I forgot, because everybody else in the studio is asleep, is the number to contact us. On WhatsApp, if you want to be on the air, whether it's video, audio, the number is 7507. Thank you, Willie. 7507-246-246. We're going to be calling a couple of people today, people that are very, very important to what is going on here locally. And if you want to get in touch with us, that number is 7507-246-246. We'd love to hear from you. Let's jump right into it. There is a situation that's developing or already developed, and it's really, really horrible. And we're talking about it for no other reason than it is at a destination, a tourist destination that is world famous. One of my favorite, one of the probably the top 5-10 tourist sites around the world, but it's happening for all the wrong reasons. Joanne, talk more about what's happening at Bondi.
Yeah. So really awfully today, it seems like there was, it's being labelled at this point in time as an anti-Semitic act, which was attacking the Jewish community. There was an event on Bondi Beach celebrating the start of Hanukkah. And unfortunately, it seems that there's between 11 or 12 people who've actually been killed, and 29 people have been taken to hospital, including a child.
My gosh.
So, yeah, it's really horrendous. Apparently, there's a bomb disposal unit as well, because a vehicle has been found with several improvised explosives inside. So, yeah, really, really horrible story.
The reason we're mentioning this is a world class. This is one of the top tourist destinations around the world. Everybody knows Bondi. They go and chill out there, and that's the last thing you'd expect happening at a beach. Ladies and gentlemen, we're surrounded. This footage is live footage of this nut job, this absolute moron maniac who's got something against the Jews, and he's going to kill innocent people. He's probably mentally challenged. We don't know enough about it, but we want to highlight the situation specifically for Ajoy, all of you guys here in the studio. We live in this tourist destination. We've got beaches everywhere. Yeah. And I hope, just like the unfortunate fire that happened last week, and everybody's talking about it's brought a lot of topics and a lot of things out of the woodwork and out from under the woodpile. People take this seriously, dude. He's gunning, he's targeting poor Jewish people, but we've got beaches everywhere around here. And if something were this to kick off, what do you think is going to happen, Ajoy?
You know what? As was the case last week, when I was just about to say that, you know, what happened in Hong Kong could very well happen in Goa, and sadly it did, with the loss of 25 lives. So is the case in terms of, you know, our security. I find that in Goa, security is very lax, and it's not 24/7. And, you know, God forbid, you know, we have certain times of such acts here in Goa. God only knows what the toll would be. So we should be proactive in preventing these things. We should, you know, in a sad way, we have to learn from other people's mistakes and tragedies. But lessons need to be learned, and we need to implement this. And we cannot have what happened to the club in Arpora happen repeated in a different sense in the future in Goa, in terms of a security attack or, you know, a terrorist attack, what have you. We have to be prepared. So, you know, I think that is one of the reasons why we are highlighting this story. It's very, very important, and we need to, you know, take heed.
That brave human being right there in a white T-shirt is the guy that actually knocked that goddamn gunman off his. He's taking the gun away from him.
Yeah.
So he saved a lot of lives. But you know what? We're talking about this not for any other reason, that we need to make people more aware of what the hell is going on, yeah? This could very well happen here. And what the heck would be the outcome? You've got people that have absolutely no clue, not prepared to tackle and fix a situation like this if it did happen. And it's not to create any kind of stir the pot, a hornet's nest. It's just we'd love to know that the people in power have a contingency plan and something good would protect us. You've got tourists from around the world that come to this place we call home. We live here. But if this were to happen, we'd love to know that the big shots, the people up there that are managing and controlling all this would have it in hand and would take care of it. So kudos to the guy that basically took the knife, the gun away.
Yeah.
Very, very brave.
He saved it, very brave, and he saved a lot of lives.
Apparently, one of the gunmen has actually been killed, and the other suspect is in
There are multiple.
custody.
Well, there are multiple.
There was two of them allegedly. Yeah.
This kind of highlights what, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Burdo Show. We have to bring this to people's attentions for the simple reason that could very well happen right here in our own backyard. And hopefully it never does. But if it does, we want people to know that it's too late when it happens or after it happens. You want to make sure there's plans in place so that that doesn't happen over here. Just like that fire. We're going to touch base about that fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on, Joanne. What happened? They've actually caught the owners, right? They caught them in Thailand.
Well, they're in Thailand, but the Indian authorities are actually looking to extradite them from Thailand because it was two brothers that had fled after the guys that actually own the club. They had fled India a couple of hours after the event.
That's coward, dude.
Yeah, so it's really horrendous. So they're hoping to get them extradited back to India.
That's we need to give them a shout out, by the way. We need to give the authorities a shout out for making this happen so quickly. Listen, things will happen. You know what I'm saying? You can't preempt. There's always going to be mistakes. But like Ajoy said, my parents always said, you never have an opportunity to make all of the mistakes yourself. Learn from other people's mistakes and try never to make the same mistake twice. The authorities have gone after these guys, but maybe we learn. They're implementing these rules about hotels and all registering foreign tourists if you screw up and you don't register somebody by the book, passport, all the identifications necessary, there could be a $50,000 rupee fine, which is good. But you really think that's going to prevent a fire? You really think trying to crack down after it's happened is going to stop these things from happening?
Well, I think what they're actually looking to do is try and root out some of these kind of alleged corruption scenarios whereby people are getting permissions. They're not necessarily getting the right permissions from the right authorities. And it's essentially looking to maybe tighten up on those things as well. I think the story regarding the hotel owners maybe getting these 50,000 rupee fines for undocumented foreign nationals being on site, that's another matter. That's another area of legislation and to sort of tighten up around the tourism industry. But I think over and above that, apparently 2 other clubs have been closed this week as well in terms of investigations around their permissions.
I want to call Walter. He sent me something on WhatsApp, and it's sad. These guys are scoundrels. These guys, and then here again, I couldn't care less about. I hope they get what's coming to them, but this happens all the time. He sent a video about this poor girl that's worked at the clubs for the Luther brothers that hasn't been paid. Senior person, whatever, the member. Call him. Get him on the phone. I'd love to speak to him, dude. He is one of the most opinionated people, but he's got the balls, like I say, to actually talk about it. Am I turning the volume down here? Or are you going to handle it there? Get him on the phone. I'd love to talk to Walter because he's one of the few people, like I said, who's got the balls to speak about it. He's put out videos. But these guys that own these clubs, they might have shut down other properties. The reason we're talking about them is preemptive, proactive. We want to make sure we talk about this and make people aware before it happens, right? These guys have a history. They've had shell companies and they've made crores of rupees. The authorities know they're doing it and they get away with it. Why? How do they get away with it? Walter sent me a video about this poor girl that worked for him that never got paid. She had worked with him and they do it every season, supposedly. At the end of the season, they stop paying people and come after me if you can. Same thing Vijay Mallya did with Kingfisher, right?
Exactly.
Absconded.
Is that a deliberate thing whereby people's salaries are held towards the end of the season to make sure that you're going to stay with them and then they're not necessarily getting paid at the end? That's really terrible.
But she's complained to the authorities. She's complained to the police. She's gone to the labor department. She's made multiple complaints. There's a video of this girl, and nothing's happened. Nobody's done diddly about fixing this problem. So these guys, this is not a one-time, first-time screw up. These guys have been doing this and paying their way and using their whatever authority, polls, you call it whatever you want. They know people in places, and it continues to happen. By the way, I want to give a shout out. I don't know the guy. I've seen another video by a guy named Rajdeep Sardesai. He put out a brilliant 15 minute piece, and he explains it. And he has every reason, as somebody who's from Goa, to talk about it. And he explains it in detail. This has nothing to do with religion, politics, nothing. He's worried about, just like us, he's worried about what's going on here in Goa.
Yeah.
And BJP, the government, these higher ups, the people being paid off. He talks about everything. It was such an insightful piece that he did about this incident that happened. And it blows your mind because this continues to happen. And I guarantee you this is not the last case of this situation happening.
But I think also we'd watched that CNN 18 interview. There was multiple people on a panel being interviewed, and that was a really, really insightful interview that they were actually carrying out, just kind of talking around different elements of the problem, from the local law enforcement, the local lawmakers, all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, but people turn a blind eye. They will turn a blind eye to the situation because they're getting... I'm not insinuating. I'm not... Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Brito Show, and my opinions are my opinions and my opinions only. They have nothing to do with anybody else or the show itself. But this has been happening, and as Rajdeep rightfully says... Rajdeep, as you rightfully point out, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? This is not the first time this has happened. Why has nobody taken action to help? Forget about this girl on her own, but...
Yeah.
The authorities have that authority. The Home Minister, your CM, knows that this stuff is happening, or potentially has very good people in place who need to step up and do their jobs. Can we turn that ringer off, please? I know it's ringing. You're trying to get him on the phone, but until he answers, get that damn ringer off, please. What I'm saying to you is that everybody knows it's like the big joke in the room, right? The emperor has no clothes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this is going on, and as Rajdeep has pointed out, Walter mentioned so many people we watched these shows on CNN 18.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's happening. It's like a big joke. And does it take 25 lost lives for people to pay attention?
It shouldn't do.
Merv.
Yeah, Baba.
This is my point of view, but from what I can see, there is an active, effort being made not to catch the real culprits, all the people who allowed this club to flourish for a year and a half, I believe, illegally, right? Arrests are being made, but who are the arrests made of? Drivers, managers. Yeah. Next thing is they were going to catch the cooks. Some of those cooks have already died, in that 25 list that people, they're mainly cooks. Right, the mainly people who work in the kitchen. Yeah. Where is the big dogs? The people that are really responsible for allowing this club to operate. This and many other clubs that are still operating. The promise of demolishing and of closing down clubs it's been said once, but it has been forgotten already. It's been a week, right? What is happening? Why is the real guys I have a feeling that the investigation is going to stop at these two brothers who own or were the business partners in this club in Arpora. It's a goddamn joke. And here again, Ajay, I'm going to say something that's going to set you off again. What happened to Ramakan Konkar? Exactly. Where the big dogs were caught. Who was caught? They pointed fingers. They locked up that guy. I don't know his name. He was in jail. He's out on bail, bond, whatever, right? You really think he's the biggest... He's the top dog. He's the guy that's pulling the strings. He's the goddamn puppet master. You think with these guys with 42 show companies, you think the chef, the driver, the manager, the people that are at fault? So
It's a joke. And everybody make light. Oh my God, what a situation. You've lost 25 flipping lives. 25 families are missing somebody, right?
Yeah.
Why are we reactive? Why are we not proactive? Why are the stuff not being done in advance, knowing this shit is happening? And then Rajdeep said, again, another thing he said, you keep voting these people in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We come back to this. How? What is the answer? I've never heard a clear-cut answer how you stop the problem. Joanne, you tell me.
Well, the church is actually looking for an impartial inquiry into the tragedy. So there's the Centre for Responsible Tourism. They're actually looking for an inquiry to be held, but they're looking for it to be wholly impartial. And obviously that would make a huge difference, so that there's not going to be influence or whitewashing and, people kind of getting away with things.
About the same situation?
Yes. They're trying to, get an inquiry going to ensure that, people are held accountable. And I suppose the right people are held accountable, because that's the most important thing. There's no point going for these people who are working for people who are working for people. It's actually the people who are actually running the show. They're the ones who actually have got to take the ultimate responsibility, because the buck has got to stop with them.
They've implemented a 50,000 rupee fine for the hotels and all this kind of crap. This is all reactive. Now they're tearing down illegal. Mate, you're tearing down illegal shacks and structures. You've never heard of the CRZ? The CRZ? Now, all of a sudden, everybody's woken up. And the people that are being investigated and locked up and jump through hoops are people down the totem pole, mate.
Exactly.
They're not the big dogs. You got to watch this piece by Rajdeep Sardesai. It's on YouTube, and I don't know why it came across my feed, and I watched it. I'm so glad I did. It points out so much information, really, really good, insightful information about what's going on. And it's happening, and that's why we do the show.
Merv, what is even more ironical and extremely hypocritical was, I was watching these debate shows. It was, this topic has been, or this news, tragic as it is, has been a big talking point for a lot of the national news channels and even the Goan channels. And the irony, man, you have people being invited on there. Some are MLAs, some are former MLAs, waxing eloquently about, well, I won't say eloquently, most of these guys are uneducated. But they were talking about, we should not permit illegal this, illegal that. And these are the same guys who have done a lot of illegality. They have demolition orders against their hotels.
Oh, give me some names.
I can't give names.
Give me some juice, baby.
I won't give names.
Give me some juice.
But you know who it is. Everybody knows who it is. There was a former, political party member who's ruling Goa today. He comes on and he says, his party is indulging in illegal activities. He himself was indulging in illegal activities. He's been accused of land grabbing of Comunidad land. And that guy is being allowed to speak. There's another national spokesperson for the big party that we all know about.
Can we ask you?
Who's involved in that old Goa case? That person is coming to talk about illegalities. What a bloody joke.
Yusuf Mataji.
Yeah, bro.
Sang Baba. What is your opinion? I want to ask you your take. You know exactly what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So why is this happening, and what do you want to do about it? Tell me.
It's keep happening again and again, because the reason is like the culprit who is responsible not get punished.
The actual culprit,
Yeah.
the person who's actually involved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They catch a smaller fish, yeah?
Yeah, small. Yeah. So big fish is running. So it keep happening again and again, because every time anything happen, the big fish run, small fish catch, and again repeat and repeat.
But can I ask you? You are a very knowledgeable, smart guy. Yes. How do you fix the problem? How do you not make sure that it doesn't happen going forward? Listen, bribes have been paid. Corruption's been around, just like the sex industry. It's been around forever. Right?
Yeah.
How do you fix it? You mean to tell me we don't have
You have
smart
to
enough people?
implement a good fine, good punishment for them. Then it will be start improving.
You can't even catch them though. What do you mean good fine? Who are you going to find, Baba?
Fine.
Fine. You had to put a strong.
Mate, if it was up to me, the death penalty would have been applied.
Well, I don't think death penalty, but I think jail time is probably appropriate.
But you got to catch the people. Why is Vijay all these big names that have done very similar to the similar things to the Luthra brothers, right? They've absconded. They've split town. They've jumped on the first airplane they can afford to. They made a big deal about, we didn't know this had happened, blah, blah, blah. You jumped on a plane right after the fire. In 5 hours, you were in I think it was in Phuket or someplace, yeah?
They got the 5:30 flight.
Whatever, they were in Thailand, in Phuket, Thailand, right? Where's Vijay Mallya? Why haven't you brought Vijay Mallya to justice and made him pay all the poor, innocent staff employees from Kingfisher Airlines that you owe money? So you can have all the inquiries. You've got this big thing on the screen right now, and I'm reading it. The inquiry committee members visited the incident site and carried out inspections. This is after the fact. This is reactive. Why aren't people in place in high places being proactive? And did you get me a goddamn enforcement button? Did you get me a button that says enforcement? No, you didn't. Did you?
I think I have to get a nuclear button in this case.
Your goddamn button. It's a joke, dude. It's sad because people lose their life. We're laughing about it, but we're not laughing. It's not about that. Bondi Beach, same thing. We could have a flipping gunman or some madman go crazy on the beach and kill a bunch of. You're literally trying to kill the goose that laid the golden egg. Here in Goa, we survive. For many, many years, it's been the tourists that we love. We encourage them. Please come here and spend your money. Come to the nightclubs, come to the beach, blah, blah, blah. But you got to take care of them and protect them. Or, like what is happening, they're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah. And they already are. I think I've seen some videos of Baga Beach almost empty. Somebody was asking whether this is really December. It's happening, and it should happen. We need to suffer to make us understand what we're doing
in order to learn.
The busiest fortnight also of the tourist season. So
this is the busiest time of year, Joanne.
Of course, and there's been some surprise inspections, and a couple of places have been closed down. And it was found that one of the clubs was actually on agricultural land as well.
Oh, it wouldn't be one of the clubs, Mr. Rodrigues. Enlighten us.
Oh, I have lots of facts about this case here. So they've been catching people. They caught the Sarpanch, and he said that he's being made a scapegoat and he's going to leave the BJP. But the Sarpanch is not supposed to be politically affiliated. So that backfired on him itself. And there were a lot of his supporters who gathered around the police station to get him out, and he's out now. Then the owner was caught. Now the owner said his land was grabbed. It was in the salt pans, which got illegally converted. So I don't know anything about it.
It was illegally converted. Give all the money back for the rent you've been charging these guys, no? You didn't do anything about it when they were using it and paying you.
Exactly. Then one guy called Ajay Gupta was arrested. I think he's the manager. He was screaming on social media saying that I'm just a sleeping partner. I don't have any, roles in the operations. And the same thing was used by the lawyers for their bail. It was ridiculous. The reason they gave that, the licenses were in Delhi. They have nothing to do with the fire.
Balls. Thank you, Neil. I mean, I think it's a joke, and everybody knows about it. We're laughing about it inside because it's an absolute joke.
What else can you do, Merv?
Baba,
what else can you do in the incident?
Lock the people up. Listen, I've always come back to the E word. The E word, the enforcement word, right? You got rules, you've got regulations. Guys, it's a joke because we keep putting these clowns back in office. And you've got the rules and regulations. You've got very smart, capable people that can actually make the change. The point is that nothing changes and we keep having elections. Rajdeep piece mentioned how you can buy an election. If I spend a certain amount of money in these small constituencies, I can guarantee that I'll win the election. And if I win the election, if I've spent 5, 10, 15, 20 crore, I guarantee you I'll triple, quintuple that figure in revenue that I can make illegally, right? Yeah. These portfolios that you have, these guys hold portfolios, right?
Yes, they do.
You think they're grabbing these portfolios because they want to work harder, they want to do more work? And people don't know about it? Why does any minister have more than one portfolio that he should be good at, he excels at, he's an expert in? Why should you have 2 and 3 and 4? You mean to tell me you've got another bunch of donkeys, the rest of them can't do the job? But if you're going to get into politics for the right reasons to serve the people, you're not trying to line your pocket, you would do a job and people would know about it. Yes?
Merv, Neil just mentioned about, so-and-so person from the panchayat being arrested, blah, blah, blah. Then he came out with his supporters. Who will support such people? Who are these supporters? You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Ajwa, you don't know the game? If you get locked up and you're somebody of power and I come and support you and people see me making a big deal and what happens when he comes out? There's going to be, what is it called? Patronize? Not patronize. He's going to be partial to helping these people out, right? These are what we call in Hindi, chamcha chelas.
People that are not impartial.
You mentioned Ramakant Konkar. Do you know that the prime accused in that case of assault against Ramakant was released recently on bail?
I mentioned.
Do you know they were received by with firecrackers and garlands? He was received. Can you imagine?
No. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Let's not confuse the two. The people are happy when you get released. I can understand that. You've been locked up, blah, blah. People, don't blame those people. I blame the people that released him. First of all, before you blame the people that release him, who are the people that are enforcing the law? Your inspector, your police higher. Listen, I'm telling you, I keep mentioning his name and he's going to think I'm a bloody stalker. But watch this piece by this guy, Rajdeep, dude. He mentions there are people in place that are supposed to be doing their jobs. He mentioned the ex-governor was shifted. The governor of Goa, he's supposed to be here doing his job, impartially able to do his job without any influence, right?
Yeah.
You've got why the sarpanch? The sarpanch gave permission, but you don't think the police, the fire department, you don't think there are so many departments that have to be, you've got to tick the box to be able to operate a nightclub or a restaurant or a shack on the beach or a taxi. Right? You're going after the small fish. You've released him and you're happy that this crook is, the guy is been released from, they're happy. Good for him. No. He's not the guy that came out and beat Ramakant Konkar.
No, he very well could be. My point is, let me give an example. If Hitler was alive and he was put into jail and he was released, would you go and burst crackers for that guy?
I'd shove him up his ass and light him.
Then do that. No, these guys are celebrating his release. This guy is a career criminal, man.
Baba, that is not for us to decide, right? Until you know who exactly did what they did, right? That's why I agree with you. 100%.
What I'm trying to say, don't support such characters unless they're proven innocent. But in all probability, these people are actually involved one way or the other.
What if it was his mother, or girlfriend, or sister, or brother, or whatever? They're happy he's out. I'm saying to you,
that's disgusting. My own mother would actually, if I had done something wrong, she would have disowned me and put me in jail herself.
Yeah,
Veena would send you down the street. Absolutely. The thing about it is, Ramakant Konkar is one example. These Luthra brothers are an example. There are 1,000 more examples that we can highlight, right? But the problem's not getting solved. The problem doesn't get solved. Interpol, the police department, the politicians, the higher ups, the people of actual power, yeah? They need to be doing their jobs and they need to be held responsible. They need to be held to a specific standard. And if you can't do your job, get somebody better.
Yeah, but they're saying that the local elections that are coming up on the 20th, that people could be in for a rude awakening because people are so disgusted and so angered at what is actually going on. So it could potentially make a difference at the ballot box. So, some people need to be actually, thinking about it more and understanding that you're there to serve the people. You're there to represent the people. You're not there just to, be accused of nefarious goings on.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Merv, look at this headline which came up, I think maybe midweek. In this case, because a lot of heads were about to roll, it's very clear that they are going to target these two, and they rightfully should, because these guys are responsible. The buck stops at them. They're the business owners of that ill-fated nightclub. But can you imagine if they had worked like this for, say, Amalia or that guy Modi, Nirav Modi? But how quickly, if they had worked faster then?
You shocked me.
They've mobilized quickly.
Why are we reacting? You mean to tell me 42 shell companies later, the same address, nobody knew these guys are crooks, they're doing something wrong?
Dude, if I don't pay my tax and I've not accounted for a certain amount, I get a notice within you before I can bat my eyelid, right? These guys don't have 42 shell companies and nothing.
Okay, I'm fed up with these guys because go on, Neil, you can say it. Speak.
So allegedly, these people, it's alleged that they paid 25 lakhs monthly just to keep that place running. In that money, they should have made another exit. They would have benefited. And second thing, the second point that their lawyer gave for bail is saying that they are businessmen. They went for business to Thailand. They are not crooks who did a 5,000 crore scam and ran away. Can you believe that?
Why did they run away anyway? If your nightclub or your house was burning, would you run away?
There's only certain type of business you can do in Thailand, my friend.
It's sad. It's scary. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? You've been to Thailand. I know you went to Thailand.
Smart people understand it.
When you went to Thailand, you said, what happened when you went to Thailand?
No, that is a very big story.
Tell the story. No, you went to Thailand. You were telling me how you went to Thailand. When you came back, you had to go to the doctor and all that. What happened?
I went in Thailand.
And?
My friend went inside the room.
Girl or boy?
Boy.
What?
Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it said it came out shouting.
Why?
It's boy, it's boy, it's boy.
Lady boy. Lady boy.
One day in Thailand. One lead in Thailand.
Oh, he's gonna start with his fucking Donald Trump and his goddamn impersonation. I would have sworn he forgot about him.
By the way, we got a comment from a few of us, live viewer. Baz Goa says, Merv, I guess our ministers have big involvement in ruining Goa. Moving on, Chris Castellino says, video. Oh, okay. Video is getting paused. We'll work on that, Chris. I apologize for that. Yeah, so that was the comment from Baz.
What video's paused, dude?
I have.
Tell me.
Let's hope it hasn't.
It seems to be all right, but we will work on it. We are checking it out. Thank you so much for that input.
It's absolutely a shame what happens, and people are getting away with it, and it continues to happen, and we do nothing about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Goans and as people that are passionate about this place, we've got so much more to offer than the crap that these guys are doing and ruining the name of Goa with. The nightlife is important. The beaches, the shacks, the restaurants are important.
Merv, before we move on to the next topic, I just want to ask you, what if you were in the opposition parties, what would you be doing to make sure that we solve this issue? Apart from just talking on TV shows.
First of all, it has nothing to do with politics. If you're a public servant, if you're in the government, you got to do your job for the right reasons. You're not doing your job to line your pockets and get rich. You don't need 3, 4, 5 portfolios. Do one portfolio and do it right. Right? If you're the tourism minister, you're the home minister, you're the IT minister, you're the whatever minister, do your job. Yes, and the sad thing is, it's not something where you make a mistake. It's when you make a mistake, people are losing their lives. Let's move right on. I wish Walter. I'd spoken to Walter earlier. I wish he would call in, or I wish we can get in touch with him because he's not answering his phone. The fact is, he had so many opinionated versions of what happened and what's going on. They also spoke about these guys paying a hafta, about bribes to run businesses. And I would love to get into the details. I don't know enough about it. This is the guy, Ajay Gupta. He's one of the partners.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less, dude. Allegedly care less. Let them do their jobs. Let's move on. Okay, Joanne, what are we talking about next, love?
Well, as far as I was aware, we're actually moving on to a bit of a chaotic event that happened in Pilar.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a non-event that happened and ended up in violence, I believe.
That's an absolute joke. Yeah. There's another thing that I'm going to... Yeah, I saw this and I said, we got to talk about this. Yeah, this is a mob that vandalized an event. Now, there's a couple things. I wanted to talk about Lionel Messi, by the way, coming to India.
He did come to Goa. He did come to India, but let's talk about this event.
Yes, that's cool.
Sorry, let's get excited. These guys, they absolutely trashed the place. This place is mob vandalized a cultural event venue in Pilar. Police force to intervene as migrants vandalize site after organizers failed to show up, sparking widespread chaos. It is an absolute... first of all, if I'm reading this correctly, people had collected money, right? These guys had paid
300 to 350 rupees, and it was supposed to be a music event at Father Agnell's school, but actually it didn't. There was no music event that actually occurred.
There were no organizers, Joanne.
People just turned up on the 7th of December, and there was just no event there. There was, just this.
Well, you had a video on it, Wilbert. Play the video.
Yeah, dude. It was like the music sounds.
Watch this. Look at these guys. These guys are pissed off. You know what? This guy's missing an eye. He looks like a fucking pirate. Maar dega, tor dega, for dega. There you go, dude. The cops called him. But you're destroying the speakers. You're destroying. This is reported by Goa 24/7.
Yeah, in Goa. Yes, correct.
In Goa. What I'm saying to you, these guys paid money to come to an event.
This is very similar to what happened with Messi, eh?
It's stupid, dude. It's absolutely ignorant. These guys are pissed off. I understand, but
They got scammed, and so did the spectators from Messi as well. They got scammed too on a larger amount. But you know what? There has to be some kind of mechanism where
destroying speakers,
you
dude.
protect consumer rights. Here, it's a consumer event, right? So, but we should never resort to violence. That's no.
Who gave them the license to host the event? And who collected the money? Where did they pay the money? Who's responsible, right? Trashing a goddamn side event or said you can turn it off, dude. I just want to see the guy. I think it's scandalous. I think it's absolutely disheartening that these poor people that came to an event paid money, right? And you've scammed them. Go after the people that have collected the goddamn money that put this together. And why are there no police? I don't see one police officer in the crowd. I don't see any police there. Do you not have to have security at these events?
Exactly.
Do you not have to have police approval, permissions to host an event? There's a cop. I just saw one cop. He's on the stage. Is that a cop or somebody in a cop?
I didn't say cop. But
Where are the police? How did this get out of hand?
Yeah, but was it? It was an event. Was it held specifically for people from Jharkhand?
There you go. Beat up. Sorry, sweetie. Beat up a goddamn speaker. Beat up furniture because that's going to make you feel better and fix the problem. You guys are a bunch of morons. I can understand you're pissed off. Now you're going to go after the speaker. Look at this. This guy's got a heavy pole, and if he hits somebody on the head, he's going to kill him. But how does that solve the problem? Go after the people that have done wrong.
I'll tell you what. You know what? No, not justifying their actions, but these are probably migrant labor here in Goa. They are. It was I think,
you mentioned Jharkhand.
Bihar or Jharkhand event for people from that area, and I think they must have spent their hard-earned money.
Of course. So
they are frustrated. They for 350 rupees.
That was bunking.
Yeah,
that guy works for me.
It's close to half day's labor charge, right? So you know what? But not justifying their actions. The government has to have a mechanism where somebody wants to host an event, they have to go through their proper.
And you don't think they do?
They do. I don't think they do.
And you don't think when you host Sunburn, you don't think they take a deposit? Mate, you've got checks and balances. You've got hoops to jump through. You've got to pay and bribe a shitload of people to host. And to have a restaurant, you've got to pay up.
Really?
You've got to have security forces. You've got to have fire safety rules and regulations followed. You've got to have the number of people that can attend the event. Joy, you're trying to reinvent the wheel. It's all there. It's just not being enforced. If you don't have my enforcement button by next week, if you don't have a proper enforcement button for me, I want the button to say, what do I want the button to say? It's all about enforcement, idiot. No, this, whatever. What I'm saying to you, Baba, the rules and laws are there. They're just not being followed. These poor people are being scammed. And there's no other. I guarantee you there's a bunch of booze involved. These guys have been drinking, coming to a party.
Obviously.
I got screwed. Come on, let's trash. And the poor sound guy is going to get screwed because his speakers got destroyed.
Yeah.
That's not going to fix your problem. And it's sad because these people from Jharkhand, Bihar, whatever, these guys they're migrants, right? You're hosting an event for them, and the organizers should be locked up because they didn't show up. And they cause these guys to get pissed off.
I'll tell you what.
Look at that, somebody's injured.
Yeah.
Is he injured? He's passed out.
Probably passed out and all of that. But coming back to that the Arpora incident, the government had announced some money for the victims, which is great. You know what? You need to help people when they're under a lot of stress and they need your help. But why should the exchequer, that is public money, being used for this purpose? The money should come from the perpetrators, from the guys who have done wrong. Not even just 2 lakhs, make it 20 lakhs per person. Bankrupt these guys if they've done wrong and pay the victims.
Well,
right?
Of course, it has to come from them. That should be, that should go without saying, in fact, that, they should be fined and they should be compensating people. Obviously not just the families that have been affected, but potentially their ex-employees who've maybe not been paid as well. Yeah, they really need to. Yeah,
Yeah, but catch the right people, right? Don't catch the innocent people. Catch people. Don't catch the nobodies. You got to catch the somebody, the big names. As Yusuf says, "Niste dorpak dare." Doctor niste dorpak.
This is what is the main problem happening right now, because we are not catching the main culprit. The culprit is running out.
Yeah.
So we are keep
They've got
repeating.
the money.
And the most important thing I notice is this: that they're funding this political party and they don't do anything.
But it's not supposed to be along political lines, is it? It's supposed to be right is right and wrong is wrong. People are dying. So let's move on. I don't want to get into this. I want to talk about Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi was supposed to come to India, and next thing I know, people are trashing the stadium, ripping off the seats. And why? What happened there?
Because basically he appeared in the Kolkata Salt Lake Stadium, and after 20 minutes walking around the outside of the pitch, he was actually whisked away.
Why?
Because apparently his spokesman said that he had fulfilled his prearranged
Duties. Duties. He said duties.
his duties, whatever.
He said duties.
But essentially, people had paid 12,000 rupees, which is a lot of money.
There it is. It's on the screen right now,
Joe.
Joe.
They couldn't see people. They couldn't see him.
Friends stood chairs and bottles at Messi event in India.
This is like hooliganism.
Look at this shit, dude. This could be in the UK.
This is different kind of hooliganism.
This is like the same like the UK with your football hooligans, man. These guys, where are the cops? Again, where are the cops?
You know what happened here?
Look, there is a police guy, a poor guy on the far right side against the fence. There's a police guy. But that's one. You've got a stadium full of fans. What's one poor guy going to do?
So, basically, people have paid as much as 12,000 rupees.
That's a lot of money.
To come to a stadium to get a glimpse of the idol. Dude, I would pay almost 12,000 rupees to.
I'm a fan of Messi,
right?
I'm a huge
Messi
fan.
arrives. They've built, they've gone all out. They built this statue for Messi because of the love of Messi.
70 foot tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, they've gone all out, and they want a glimpse, not just a glimpse.
This ain't in Calcutta, is it?
It's in Calcutta.
Yeah, it is.
Why? How do you got the Big Ben in the front?
Calcutta has some amazing architecture, by the way.
They really do. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, all the
from the British times, FYI.
I wouldn't pay 12 grand to see Messi. I'd pay 20 grand to see Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind to pay that kind of money to watch him play football, but not just walk around a stadium.
There you go. See, now somebody's talking with brains, some common sense. You're going to watch him come and play a game, pay the money.
Absolutely,
right?
of course.
But you've paid money to see Messi. He came and fulfilled his duties, his finance, or whatever.
This
is the stadium.
No, this isn't Hyderabad. This is on his next journey. But the main issue was in Calcutta. So the people paid 12,000. Messi turns up. He comes into the stadium, right? And we just get a glimpse of him from like a few minutes, and then he's mobbed by all the VIPs and the politicians, and he's whisked away. They literally didn't get to see a Messi.
There he is. I'm watching him on TV, man. I didn't pay a penny. What's he going to do with the ball? He's juggling the ball. That's a handball. Lionel, I'm a big fan, dude. I'm a huge
This is in Hyderabad, not Calcutta. In Calcutta, he couldn't get to do any of this.
Look at this. Look at that. You're the man, dude. So this is what I'm saying, Ajoy. Is that a way to react? Is that one? Look, whoever catches that ball is going to be so happy, mate.
So
I got a ball kicked by Lionel Messi.
Yeah, but the point is, when you've got all of these people crowding around, you can't see a thing. I mean, when you're in a stadium, you obviously, the size of these stadiums, and you've got 12,000 people or something like that. You obviously want to get a bit of a vantage point. You want to be able to see, but nobody's going to see anything if everyone's just crowding around just one person. It's just ludicrous.
It's not been properly organized. You should not have people crowding around and blocking everybody else in the stands view who's paid money. Here again, it's enforcement, right? Yeah. It's the E word. Yes.
Yeah, this he's taking a piece of the pitch because he didn't get to see Messi. He wants his money's worth, so he's taking the pitch.
He's just going to grow it in the lawn in his garden.
Lock me up. Lock me up. I paid my money. I'm going to get my $12,000 worth. I'm taking part of the... Is he actually taking... This is bullshit, is it? No, he's really doing it, dude.
Yeah.
So what is he going to have goats on the goat tour?
At least he can say that Messi walked on that piece of grass he's taken.
He can make money to cut it up into pieces and sell it on the internet. Speaking of internet, do you know they have been? What would happen here? You want to talk about a riot and social media and internet? What would happen here in India if they banned? There's a statue.
Yeah, that's the same statue that they revealed in Calcutta, I believe.
But people are commenting it looked like a Hrithik Roshan.
Looks like what? Hrithik Roshan.
Dude, what's up with those legs, though?
Those are Yusuf's legs, dude.
Bro, he plays football. Not.
Look at his package. Look at his fucking
That
package.
looks like he's got a nappy on.
He's got a diaper on.
Doesn't look like a.
Look at that.
Dude, you have to, balls are balls. What do you expect?
Baba, why they turned it front to back? That's his ass. They've turned the middle part around. That can't be
Dude.
his penis, is it? Is Messi hung like that? Does he roll like that? He's like me, boy.
That is rivaling the trophy he's holding in his hand.
Yeah.
I have to say, India doesn't have a good track record of making statues of.
Okay, you know what?
footballers.
Speaking of statues, I'm not going to go. We're going to jump everywhere around. I want to talk about that ban on social media. We wanted to get into about Australia.
No.
You want to talk more about this?
No, I basically wanted to say that obviously.
Look at that chick in a red dress. I'd pay
Okay.
1,200 rupees to sit.
No wonder that statue. Anyways,
No,
Here's
but I
Messi
was
right
just
there,
gonna-
dude.
yeah, this is Hyderabad. See, people got to
It's a
see.
bit more organized.
Yeah, it's so well
That
organized.
motherfucker could have dressed up, couldn't he? You think Lionel Messi could have dressed up a
the
little bit?
chick also is playing with the football.
Is she?
That is the chief minister of
Shut
Hyderabad.
up. Shut up. Who?
Yeah.
Who? The red dress.
Red guy.
The red guy
Yeah, just.
who just kicked the ball.
Yeah.
Is he the chief minister?
Arsenal top.
I don't think so,
What
mate.
is the actual
no.
objective of
The
this
Congress
tour?
guy, man. The
Excuse
that him?
me. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sweetie. Sorry.
What is the objective of this tour? The greatest of all time. What exactly are you looking to achieve? Is it because of the statue that you've come? He's seeing Modi tomorrow. He's meeting Modi tomorrow. But I'm just not quite sure.
Look at that guy just slammed the basketball and got crushed by the hoop, dude. There's a guy laying in the back.
Yeah.
Look at that. Did you see that?
We will let Joanne finish her point. Sorry, Joanne.
Well, no, I'm just saying I'm not sure what the objective of the tour is.
Holy
He's going to
shit.
4 cities. He's going to 4 cities and
I don't know,
he's not
Joanna.
even playing a football match. What's it all about?
Yeah, I think it's just
You see that? That's
emotional
sad.
thing, and
That's
I
really-
think it was like more to make money. Apparently,
I don't
he's been
care.
paid 15 crores to
Yeah, but
come to India.
what's the point?
Do
What's
what
the point?
though? What are you doing? Are you
He's a
starting
celebrity.
a
He's a
football
brand.
league?
He's a brand.
Oh my
so
God. All right, enough of this crap. I'm
Yeah.
tired of this.
But you
That
know-
poor guy got killed. Look at watch the background.
terrible.
Just zip it. Watch the background.
So
he
ba-
dunked the ball.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to spend? He's crushed his ribs, dude. He's gonna die. That poor bastard.
So, you
that
know-
poor guy's gonna die, and you spent
did
15
die,
crore.
Evan.
We sorry.
He did die.
Did he die?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But-
Just think about this. You guys are spending on statues and
Yes.
getting Lionel Messi. We've
That's
got
also
so
irony.
many brilliant athletes. That poor guy just slammed the goddamn ball, dunked the ball, and that effing thing just fell and crushed him and killed him.
that's the irony. That's the
So
irony.
what is Lionel Messi doing? Why is he here to meet the PM, the chief minister, the prime minister, whatever? I'm saying to you, our what is it called? Do we have our morals, our values all wonky?
Everything's all skewed. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And this is what I just don't understand. I mean, because obviously Argentina, can we
All right,
move
change
on
that,
from
dude. I want
this,
to see
please?
that. Yeah.
Argentina are the reigning World Cup champions. And basically, we had the World Cup draw last week, a week ago Friday. And FIFA are being slammed because they're charging extortionate prices for tickets to the World Cup. So apparently, the prices have gone up 500% from the Qatar World Cup. So it's absolutely horrendous. It's like it's leaving the fans behind. They've expanded it to 48 countries.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of poorer
Move on from
nations.
Messi. We've gone to now we're at
There's
FIFA, guys.
no other one
And
there.
kill it. We're going to move on to the next
So
one.
there's lots
It's sad, Joanne, because you want people to come and watch this, and it's not just only the rich.
but
right?
there's lots and lots of poorer nations, and there's no way on earth like the regular fans can actually come and follow their team during the World Cup. It's outrageous.
There's something else. Yeah, a couple of things that come to mind immediately. Joy, if you've got your values and morals set to spend 15 crore to see Lionel Messi come to a place, and you don't have proper infrastructure where kids can play sport, and in a country of over 1.4 billion people, we can't have some top class athletes in the NBA, in all the sports around the world, and you see these small countries like. After Leander Paes in tennis, after these big names, Sania Mirza, we should have a lot of people that we spend the money on infrastructure to make sure these guys can excel.
So that's the irony that we were trying to point out. that people are willing to pay 12,000 rupees to go see Lionel Messi, which is great, but they're not willing to pay 100 rupees to go and watch Indian football.
You paid him 15 crore.
Yeah, 15. I'm talking about the tickets here, Merv.
Yeah, understood.
Individual tickets.
But I'm
tickets.
saying,
people are not willing to pay 100 rupees to go and support Indian football, but are willing to pay.
Why should I pay 100 rupees to go and watch a shitty game? I don't think it's worth $100. I'm talking about the infrastructure to make the players great. You've got a population, you've got the talent. Why are these guys not able to spend the money? Who's the sports minister? Name the sports minister. Anybody? I have no clue. I don't know. The point I'm trying to make, the reason I'm asking is he is the national sports minister, right? Is he spending? You all are building Lionel Messi statues. I'm absolutely thrilled for you if that's being built with your own private personal money. But where is our sports industry in this country when you can't have proper infrastructure in every state, in every taluka, in every village? In Goa, we play basketball. You can't even get your pitch together. You can't get a proper set of hoops, rings that aren't broken, backboards that work.
Or people paying the electricity bill to keep the lights on.
Keep the lights on. But that's what's sad and scary.
See, what I know about it, that when India removes that sport budget, mostly the Haryana and Gujarat takes that money.
Why?
Because they have they says it that they have players, athletes in this.
And we don't have athletes in Calcutta, we don't have athletes in Goa, we don't have athletes in Mumbai, in Maharashtra.
They're given, but more money is given to Haryana.
Okay. What's your point?
Point I'm saying is not utilizing it, not coming to the players, at least that money. Now you see that guy who practicing there and he got
killed. He got killed.
Because the equipment is not going there.
Yeah, but
where's the money?
Mr. Mataji, can I ask you, how many crores, can you tell me, right off the top of your head, how many crores of rupees are in a budget for sports?
I had to check that. I don't know about it.
Have you ever heard of social media? See, you should be in Australia. You should not be allowed to use social media. Yes, you're absolutely right. It should be equally distributed, but money should be spent. We've got crores of rupees that's budgeted every year by the state, the central, the federal governments, and that money needs to be properly spent and not go into people's pockets.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you tune to the Merv Brito Show. My name is Merv Brito, and as always, we broadcast this show every week live from Goa. We kind of have veered off the topic. We do the show every week, and if you want to follow us, we'd love you to get involved with us. All our social media handles, or wherever you get your social media, are on the screen right now. The Merv Brito Show. We would appreciate your support. We would love your support. If you like what we're doing and you want to support what we're doing and encourage us, unlike the sports industry, the sports ministry of Goa or India, leave us a like. Can I say that?
You can, but if you're under 16 and you're in Australia, you won't be able to access a lot of these social media sites.
These are our social media sites, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love you to get in touch. It is an interactive show, and we'd love you to get in touch with us and leave us a like, share what we do, let people know that it's out there. Let's jump, since you mention that right now. Mm-hmm. Go on.
Yeah, so essentially in Australia, if you're under 16, you can't you can't be on Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitch, X, Threads, YouTube.
Any social media.
But there's an exception. So there's an exception as per updates for messaging apps, dating apps, AI chatbots, and gaming platforms. They're actually exempt at this moment.
Yusuf's happy, baby. He was going to move to Australia, and he said, if there's no dating apps, I'm not moving. He went to Thailand and picked up a lady boy. She said,
I not picked up my friend.
Oh, your friend. Huh? Hey, friend.
It's always a friend. It's always
a friend.
He came at crying and saying it.
Yeah?
It's a boy.
He what? Okay. You got to say he came out and cried and said it's a boy. Joanne, do you think that's a good or bad thing to ban social media for people underage?
I think you actually have to start protecting a lot of these vulnerable teenagers. Because the thing is, 16, I think maybe under 15s, maybe, because 16-year-old, you're kind of on the verge of adulthood. So
developing.
Yeah, so potentially, you could be looking at under 15s or something like that. But a lot of teenagers have become pretty isolated because they've been living their lives on social media, and they haven't necessarily been out and about in the big wide world and, interacting with their peers and stuff like that. And also, there's been terrible stories of bullying and people being encouraged to do, bad stuff, self-harm.
Committing suicide, self-harm. You got all the information available on the internet.
Horrendous. And I know that there's other countries are following suit. So Denmark's looking to follow suit. Malaysia's also looking to follow suit. A lot of the European Union nations.
Move it up. Can y'all move it up over the screen so we can see it in the center? Yeah. So Australia threatens big tech with major fines, social media bans for kids. Good, bad, or ugly, I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Kids should be out there playing like back in the day when we were young. Social media is an integral part of life and ubiquitous with everything we do.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a phone, laptop, computer, PC, TV, blah, 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 IoT and all that good stuff, right? But I think when you're very, very young, you should be more focused on your education. And I'm not saying social media doesn't educate, but there's a time and a place for everything, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
I think so. I mean, I really do feel that more countries actually have to start thinking about this, because I just think that kids are changing. The way they're growing up is really, really changing. And a lot of 7-8-year-olds, are demanding phones and stuff like that. And once you get to school, a lot of them are being told to put them in the locker and stuff like that. Of course you should be, because you're there to learn, you're there to be educated. But there's also a lot of peer pressure around, there's some parents who stand firm and say, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to allow our kids to have access to smartphones and social media. But a lot of those people have been in the minority to date. And I think there's a lot more of that needs to be looked at, and for people to take responsibility for their own kids.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Joanne. I got to speak to this guy. Saiba? Asamar tume? Jito ha. God bless you. Listen, how do I do this, Willie? Can I put him on? This is Walter, dude. I want to. Sorry?
Connect to Bluetooth.
Connect to Bluetooth. Here, figure it out. I've been dying to speak to this guy, and I wanted to get an opinion. We talked about all these incidents that have been happening. Is it done? Walter, can you hear me, Bubba? Can you hear me now? Just give me the phone. I'll just put it on speaker right here, dude. Is he on or not? Forget about all this. Hey, Walter, can you hear me?
Yes.
We're high-tech, Bubba. I was speaking about the stuff that was happening. There's a big shooting in Bondi in Australia. A bunch of people have died. And we're just talking about how sad it is that we, in a place like Goa with all our beaches, and these tragedies that keep on happening here, we don't learn from what these mistakes happen around the world. What happened with this nightclub fire and all. You were so insightful. You sent me some information. There's so much stuff going on, Walter. What's happening with this place of ours?
Nothing's happening. They're just accepting bribes. And bribes and more bribes. And about the shooting in Australia, it's about high time that we shoot these guys or they shoot us. They have ripped up the industry with their various scams. They are allowing people to do anything for money. And this is by the top guys. They are posting the officers down below to issue permissions. And when shit happens, nobody wants to. They keep passing the bucks.
Take responsibility.
Yeah, there are all ministers involved.
Walter, how? You mean to tell me nobody knows who's involved? Nobody has a clue? How are these places functional? How are they functioning? We spoke about hafta, about all these things, the bribes that people have to pay. Why does everybody only sit up when people die? You mean to tell me there's nothing else illegal happening here in Goa?
The whole bloody thing is being illegally run. Now, there's a guy who is holding one liquor license. He has 4 shops, and he systematically pays a guy, a so-called bribe called hafta, and that goes right up to the top. Do you want to know the sum? Yeah. It's nearly 1 crore per month.
Right.
Wow.
Heck.
Don't say wow. For that kind of money, I'll shoot you also.
I have to say, not literally. We're not talking about shooting people literally, Walter.
But this has been happening, Walter.
I might as well burn down your studio if you propagate this message. And we activists are getting beaten up, and they are threatening us for giving out this information. I mean, it's an open fact. They are sunken in the cesspool of corruption. They have finished the industry. There's no revival, because when the money comes in play, even if the guy goes, the next guy comes in. And you're talking about sums of 1 crore per month. So it's not going to change.
Baba, I got to ask you, and I salute you, I respect you, I appreciate the fact that you're one of the few people that are willing to go out on a limb, known on video, your name, everybody knows you, and complain about these things. We didn't learn from the Sousa Lobo incident when that happened, right? Now, you mean to tell me these clubs that are getting permission and why are the police not being asked to give approval? Why are it's only between the minister and the sarpanch? Why are more people not involved, the authorities not involved to protect good lives?
When the whole system is corrupt, and when the people are corrupt right from the top, do you think anybody from the bureaucracy or the cops are going to go against a minister who is going to shag him and possibly place him in some place where he's not going to see 1 rupee, or he's inconvenienced because of his family? So they all learn to fall in line. There are quite a few honest officers, but then, what happens to you? You can't fight the system of corruption, and this has gone so deep, that I don't see it is going to change in the near future, even if these guys are voted out.
I'm glad you mentioned that there are also good people. There are hardworking, good people, officers, police officers, politicians, and all. It's not all of them. But the sad thing is, Walter, I've got to ask you a very hard question. How do you make, or where do you start to make the change? How, Baba? Koshe kore re ami? Ami simple money samari. We're trying to survive, working hard. How do we change the system? That is the $1 million question.
I mean, the first thing is the stupid voter is responsible for this. We can't blame the politicians all the time. We have voted these rogues in power. So now it is up to the stupid voter to realize not to take that money, or not to shake his head like a donkey, and vote for this particular party that is fully immersed in corruption. They have to look at the candidate properly and check his background. And I hope now for the ZP elections, our public is going to realize where they have been taken by this government, and they do vote properly for honest people.
Good
The
point.
voter is responsible.
Good point. Ajoy, go on.
Walter, I have a question for you. Being a voter in Kalangut, in the Kalangut area, why aren't the voters of Kalangut more appalled by what is happening in Kalangut, for example? Because it started there, right? The commercial activity started in Kalangut. Why aren't Kalangut, good people from Kalangut, not fighting for better candidates, fighting for better people to lead you all, and make Kalangut the example for Goa to follow? Why?
Yeah, but let me put it to you straight. Everybody in Kalangut has a business, okay? And when it comes to a businessman, he looks profit and loss, and he doesn't want to go against somebody who is immersed in corruption or whatever. He goes with the system. I pay you little money, you get off my back, and I make a lot of more money, and I don't want to take on the system of corruption, Now, there are many ministers involved in rackets on the coastal area, which they will deny, Now, this club was functioning without any problem. How does a club function with so many problems for so long on bribes? When you pay up the top man, everybody falls in place. Anybody decides to investigate you or say something, you're given a call and they tell you, hey, shut up.
You got
he has taken care of everybody.
Water, that's been happening. It's been happening for a long time, Baba. The money trickles upwards, right?
25 people have to pay for their life, with their lives.
No, but the thing is, like, say, for example, now you want to vote for change, right? Why do people vote for somebody who is going to be the same, cut from the same cloth? Why are we not voting for somebody that will break this cycle of trying to deny good, honest people from running businesses and coming good?
You need options. No, you need to have a candidate that's standing.
I think there are options. The question is whether we choose to back them or not, and we're clearly not choosing to back them, right? That's what I feel.
No, the problem is good, decent people who would like to lead, who are non-corrupt, don't even bother to stand because the voter is screwed up and the voter is greedy. And when somebody turns up with 5,000 rupees, sorry, they don't think about an honest candidate anymore. They just take the money and they vote like pigs, And there's way more and more honest people are staying far away from electoral politics because they know they don't stand a chance. This is the problem. It's not like in Europe or America. Yeah. But here, it's only money that talks.
Baba.
And bullshit walks and sits at home.
Walter, we've got the ZP elections happening. You think that's going to change anything?
Yeah. I'm waiting to see, not the politicians this time, I'm waiting to see the voters who have been assholes, how they are going to vote this time. Ultimately, the voter is responsible for this. We are not a bunch of uneducated pigs. Many people in Goa have education. Even the ones that don't, they know who is right and who is wrong.
Correct.
It's an instinct every person has. So let us see, and we will find out how many people in Goa are same like the politicians that are ruling Goa.
Well said.
End of story. This lofty idea of having somebody who's straight and honest is just thrown out along with the bathwater.
So true.
But until you change the process, if you don't change the process, this same thing keeps repeating itself. You've got these same guys that make it like a business where you spend this much money, you win the election, you get into power, you're not there to serve the people, you're just there to line your pockets to get richer, no?
Yeah. Each guy, how to change it, shoot everybody dead. Burn all of them, especially the corrupt voters and the corrupt guys who are studying for elections, I've seen people how corrupted they could get, A lot of guys come to me, they say, Walter, why don't you stand for elections? I'll back you up. And 10 days down the line, they're running around with somebody else's flag. They've been
so
bought.
True.
Are you serious?
So true, mate. So true.
Yeah, So you don't stand a ghost of a chance, a couple of guys has tried it, There was Roshan Matthias who tried it, yeah.
Yes.
We were a handful of people backing him. But then, look at the results, Like I said before, money talks and bullshit doesn't walk, Voter is corrupt to the core.
It is, but the system is messed up, right? And sadly, people lose their lives, right? I was just mentioning to them about the video you sent me today. There's a pothole in the middle of the road in Kalangut, right down the road from Michael Lobo's office. Now, why are people not being held responsible? If somebody's been paid to do a job, and this many weeks and months down the road, the job has still not been done, somebody's got money, why are people not enforcing the rules, the laws? The rules and laws are there, but why is there no enforcement? If you've got clubs that are operating illegally, why is it not being enforced? Shut them down. Lock the goddamn doors. No.
Yeah, it's our judiciary also. I mean, the judges have the power to declare suo moto and see that things are done. Now, when I found out more about this big hole in the middle of the road, I believe that has been given to a contractor who has probably paid some commission after showing a heavy bill for it. And now I believe there are no parts for something, for a pipeline.
Wow.
Are you trying to tell me that there are no parts for a simple pipeline that they cannot fix in the middle of the road? Or maybe there's negotiations going on for how much the contractor has to pay more, And the public is inconvenienced. They have blocked the road, and now in few days more we are come to Christmas.
God.
Nobody is bothered.
This is the high season, no? Tourist season. Baba, tumche rosta sagla bon hamare te side. Traffic now?
No. That is a minor problem. The bigger problem is I was at a meeting where everybody was present and they were repairing some manholes, covers and some leakages of the JICA sewage plant. And the contractor was asked how long, and he said 15 days. 15 days are already over, and it doesn't look like the work is going to end even by New Year. They have dug up huge trenches. They have blocked up one section of the road almost. You can only go with your bike. God help us if somebody's house catches fire or if somebody needs an ambulance. It's out of the way. You can't get there. I don't know why these assholes order any work to be done in the peak season, But no, each has his ego. Each is getting his commission from the bloody contractors, so they don't give a monkey's fuck what happens to the public. I got my commission. That's the way it functions.
It's impressive.
And the TM is presiding over all this shit.
He has to know what's going on. No, he has to know what's going on.
Beaten up like Rama Concorda.
Walter, you just mentioned the PM is presiding over this. He has to know what's going on. He has to be in charge, right? What I'm saying to you is that these things are happening and continue to happen. You mean to tell me that people in power don't know what is happening? How? We've got a picture on the screen, by the way, right now. Only original liquor, no hafta pay to excise. Hygienic food, no hafta pay to FDA. Fire compliant, no hafta pay to the fire officers. Steady structure, no hafta pay to TCP. Safe building, no hafta pay to Panchayat.
This is AI generated.
Whatever the case may be, right? So Walters is a local. He's a Kalangutkar. He's a person that has spoken his mind for many years. He is a huge personality in Kalangut. Everybody knows him, right?
Yes.
The fact of the matter is, why doesn't a Walter Lobo stand for election? You mean to tell me things wouldn't change?
Of course it would.
So this is the sad thing about our politicians. Keep doing what they're doing, and it takes something like a fire that kills 25 people to make people aware of it. And all these different departments, all these from TCP, FDA, Panchayat, blah, 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 there have to be checks and balances. Walter, to be able to operate a club, you mean to tell me nobody knew that there was a fire hazard? You couldn't have a number of people being able to, in the event of a fire hoses, extinguishers, escape routes, planning. Nobody knew that this was happening on a daily basis?
I'm sorry, Mervin. You have not seen the last of it. This is one thing. Wait until Christmas and New Year approaches. there are 10,000 other places which they are not shutting down because they are getting hafta in crores of rupees. So this is not the last 25 people who are dying in a fire or in a stampede. Yeah?
Oh my gosh.
At least they should shut down each and every place that is not compliant with a certain wire or whatever. No, they are not doing it. They are still picking up money.
That's a sad thing. No, when there's money involved, you can corrupt everybody. Sad to say, you can corrupt almost, I shouldn't say everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, these are the opinions that these are our own personal opinions. I'm sure there are very good, hardworking police, TCP, FDA, firefighters, panchayat members. We're not painting everybody with a brush, and it's sad that it takes something so serious to happen where people sit up and take notice, and then they start trying to fix the problem. Walter, we're coming up on Liberation Day, re Baba. Amche goy kide zale re?
Liberation?
Are re Baba.
We are bonded laborers now from Delhi gangs. There's no liberation. What you're talking about? The Portuguese left, and these chutia asshole guys from Delhi have come, and we are living in bondage again because every politician is sucking their dicks and selling off Goa. That's putting it straight.
Eloquently.
They are dick suckers of Delhi rich industrialists and businessmen and politically connected people. What liberation you talking about? Huh? We are worse off than the Portuguese time. Ask any freedom fighter also who fought against the Portuguese.
It's sad that it's come to this stage, because somebody like you and me that actually knows the Goa the old Goa that we know and love has seen such a drastic change, and it continues to slide down that slippery slope, Walter, till there's nothing left, till you and me are gone, Baba.
Yes, and I'm not going down easy. I'll go down fighting.
That's the spirit.
This is my motherland, and nobody will get to rape it. And I hope those bastards are listening to this interview.
I admire what you do. You are an activist, and you're not afraid to speak your mind. And I admire that. Walter Lobo, you've been on the show once. When are you coming back on the show, re? Busy amar tume?
Nah, re, mashaha. Anytime, if it's an important subject, I'm willing to come and tell you all the truth. Something what even the normal people don't know or are aware of. Unfortunately, I'm privy to a lot of deals. People send me a lot of information which I have not decided to make public as yet, because the implications are terrible. Some information just cannot be given out because it affects a lot of other people.
Wow.
So I have to be careful of what I say and what I choose to make public, because trying to get one guy, there hasn't to be collateral damage and 100 innocent people suffer.
I am a huge fan. I appreciate everything you do as an activist. You risk your life because there's a lot of money and reputations and names and high funda people involved. I appreciate everything you do, Walter. I'm always will be a huge fan, and we need to have
anyway, sorry to say this, but I've come to know of a story where they want to arrest me for Christmas because my daughter is down here. So they are finding ways and means how to take me down and keep me in for Christmas, New Year.
Wow.
Somebody is exploring the possibility of sending some woman, and she's going to shout rape or molestation. Somebody's thinking that they could plant drugs and get me in. And when I'm in on Christmas, New Year, everybody's too busy to run for me. They are a bunch of assholes and they don't know what they're up to, and this generally happens when they have robbed, then come at a booth, buri meana. Then only the devil advises you. Anyway, all the best.
Stay safe, Baba. Mogla song. Dev bore kuru munta tuka.
Yes.
Maje number ha anytime. Huh? Walter,
Yes.
thank you, Baba. God bless.
Take care, Walter.
No problem. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the one and only Mr. Walter Lobo. Listen, I'm a huge fan, dude. He's off the air. I'm a huge fan. He speaks his mind. I don't necessarily killing or violence, and then that's not the answer. But I'm a huge fan of somebody who's willing to put his name and reputation on the line. He's got guns drawn towards him because there's a lot of people that he outs.
Yeah.
But he's one of the few people that has the guts, the balls to speak his mind no matter what.
One thing he said in this conversation with you is that, we are the Portuguese left, and now we are literally slaves to an entity outside of Goa. And I would say that very true of any government that comes in Goa. The government of Goa doesn't serve the people of Goa.
Sadly, no.
It's actually trying to make deals. It's trying to make money for people outside of the state, while not providing infrastructure. So I totally believe, that's very similar to, I think, when the British were in power, or even the Portuguese, they used to have these, they used to make connections with the local, I would call them traders. These are traders, right? And you can't even you have no pride in your own state. You have no pride in your own people, and you can't, uplift them. Make us a model state for the rest of India. Trust me, if we become a model state for the rest of India, everything else will follow.
My hair will grow back before them. I got to ask Yusuf this question. Yusuf Mataji?
Yeah.
There's one word, what Ajay was just saying, there's one word that trumps the reason that all this is happening, and it begins with G.
G-force.
G-force, no. G-R. I'm going to spell it out for you till you get it. G-R-E.
Greatness.
G-R-E-E.
Greeting.
G-R-E-E-D.
G-E-E-D. Oh, G-R-E-E-D.
Greed, my friend. Greed. It's all about greed. What Walter is saying, these guys are filling bor mare. Poishe. That's one thing that corrupts most people. I won't say all people because there's some good people. Like, we're not wealthy, we're not rich, but we're happy. We're proud to have the names and reputations. Yes. Yeah. All of you, your family, Joy, your family, Wilbert, Neil, Yusuf, Joanne, myself. That's something that money can't buy. Your peace of mind and your name and my mom and dad always said, your name and reputation is never for sale. You'll be able to look anybody in the eye.
And I thank God for that. I think that is something that no money can buy, like you rightly said. Just the ability to speak to yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say that, hey, I have not, I've done it straight, and I've not, paid anybody to get a leg up, or I've not done anything illegal, right? That's an awesome feeling to have, and I cherish that till the day I die. I really will.
Okay. Which is something you should be proud of, and you thank God. We talked about parents, Mother's Day and Father's Day. We thank our parents every day for instilling the values, the morals and the values that they did in all of us. That's something that we need to be grateful for.
Yeah, and to the people out there, like for example in Kalangud, like Walter was saying, where you're forced to pay a bribe just to keep, just to get to feed your family. I understand that. I understand that you're part of a very rotten system, but you guys we need to think out of the box. We need to, at one shot, vote for something that will change the system, change the constitution, put in anti-corruption laws that makes it impossible for anybody new or old to do any of this stuff.
Modi ji muntla mare, main nahi khaunga tumko nahi. What is it?
Nahi khaunga, nahi khane dunga.
Arey wow, you sound like Shah Rukh Khan. Say it again with that accent.
Mitron. Nahi khaunga, nahi khane dunga.
Bloody hell, dude. He should be in cinema, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I want to get...
Shah Rukh Khan, chote shehron mein badi baatein hoti rehte.
Somebody's sticking a finger up his bum.
I love it. Hey, dude, he's really good.
I'm saying that Modi ji had said in what we were teasing, we were making Yusuf say, is that I won't take money and I won't let any other corruption take place.
Okay.
And that was his promise. That's the vote. That's the platform that he stood for elections on, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Come to Goa.
Well, I tell you what, can I just mention one thing that I've been very, very concerned to see, that government representatives are meeting with people from Starlink. And I'm just thinking, you know, we've had a lot of problems here in Goa with people, internet service providers trying to serve the citizens of Goa. And I'm just finding it really, really interesting that government representatives are meeting people from Elon Musk Starlink in order to be able to serve communities, you know, that are kind of quite isolated. And, you know, for me, knowing, you know, how price sensitive the internet market is, I'm just thinking, how on earth are people going to be paying the kind of prices that Starlink are looking for when we know it's really price sensitive for people, you know, to get these vital services.
People complain about paying 800 rupees or 700
I know,
rupees.
but this is
Starlink
what I'm
costs you
thinking,
30 grand, love.
What's going on? Why are people meeting Starlink representatives? How is it coming into India, you know, at such high prices? And
Because there's money to be made.
What's going to happen?
Because there's money to be
But
made.
what happens to all the local businesses that
Screw
have been
them.
servicing
Screw all of
communities
us.
for years and years and years?
You bring up a very valid point. Screw the little guys. Screw the mom and pop shops. Screw the operator, the internet operators that have struggled and worked so hard to get to where we are nowadays. And I'm glad you brought it up. I hadn't planned on talking about this, but that's exactly what's happening. Starlink is in. They're mate. They're expensive, but just like the Airtels and the Geos, you basically cutting out the people that built this state on their backs.
Yeah.
That have worked their tails off to provide internet services. And not only internet camera, the local cable operator guys, there's loads of people that have worked really hard to build a business to sustain themselves and take care of their families and pay the bills
Yep.
legally.
Absolutely.
And you're inviting all these outsiders, these people from from Airtel and Geo, which they can come and they're very, very welcome to sell their wares. But don't put us out of business in the meantime by screwing us over.
Absolutely. But my concern is, how can Panjim be a smart city if it hasn't got the fiber optic infrastructure in order to support that? How does that happen?
This just because I told Yusuf the same thing, just because you buy a smartphone doesn't make you a smart user, does it?
Absolutely.
And he said, yeah, I bought many smartphones and what did you say to me?
I don't remember what I said.
It's sad because Starlink's in India. You know what, Elon Musk, I couldn't care less about any of the other stuff. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we don't sell our souls. I know money's important and it pays bills. Walter mentioned, somebody else mentioned it earlier. You pay somebody $5,000, $10,000 and I'll vote for anybody. And until you can change that mindset, until you have better options for people to vote for, this will never change.
May I say, though, like you rightly said, I don't think they're going to be cutting out anybody. Not with that price point of 8,600 per month. Ain't gonna happen.
That's not going to be 8,600 a month, dude.
That's what they're saying here in this report here.
Mervin, it's
34,000 hardware.
extortionate.
But think about it. All the businesses that need good internet, and you guys are from the electricity department cutting cables. You guys from all the other departments, the DOIT that's supposed to be supporting and helping us, are doing nothing to support the local economy and the local operators that we report to you, right? The big companies can afford to pay 34 grand for a new Starlink installation and $8,600 a month. You're losing all of that business to the big boys, right? But your local government, the people that are supposed to take care of you, that have not been doing so and continue not to, with all the disruptions, these guys are saying, with all the disruptions caused by men, by these departments.
Yeah.
All the cutting of cables, unnecessary cutting of cables, doing the quote unquote maintenance work, safety checks, all this BS that continues to interrupt the connections we provide. You're just handing it to Elon Musk, to Starlink, to Geo, to Airtel, and you're putting the little guys out of
And
business.
obviously not just putting people out of business, it's actually putting people out of jobs. You know, when we've got so much development with AI that are going to cut out all sorts of entry-level jobs, all sorts of different jobs. jobs. We're just cutting out layers and layers and layers of people with jobs and, leaving people unemployed. Now, who's going to have money to pay the bills, to support the local economy?
And then you wonder why people can take a bribe to vote for somebody.
It's just...
All right, I'm tired of this. I'm fed up with this. I'm hungry. I'm grumpy.
However, good stuff happening in Panjim.
Yes, I am so glad. Give her a round of applause. You said,
Hey, what's up?
what is that? What is the yay? What's up? What is it about? What is the yay?
My slang.
No. What? Oh my God.
No,
what are we going to talk about? Let's end on a good note.
We are talking about serendipity.
We had a team evening out at the Serendipity Arts Festival yesterday down in Panjim, which was absolutely great, in fact, to see all of that infrastructure that they've put together.
Before we go any further, can I get my wine out of the way? Can I whine and bitch and complain before we end on a good note? We're going to end pretty soon, Baba.
Yeah,
can I just finish my wine?
Yes, go.
No, don't put the video on. Don't put the video on.
I wouldn't mind some wine.
You want some wine, don't you?
I'd love some wine.
I'm just saying something so brilliant happening in our own backyard. Ladies and gentlemen, we live here. People come from all over the world to spend their money. The tourists that love this place we call home. And sadly, we had Iffy last week. We've got Serendipity this week. And it's not promoted it is promoted, but it's not promoted enough. Joanne, you're frowning at me. Why are you making a face?
Because, Mervyn, you're not on social media. You're not listening to the radio all the time. I'd actually heard Aisha promoting the Serendipity Arts Festival, which is in its 10th year, which is fantastic. But a lot of these things, when you're just kind of running around being busy working all the time, you're not necessarily on the radar.
You would want to see banners. When you have a politician coming to town, do you see the painting happening? They paint the roads, they paint the sidewalks, they prune the trees, they plant flowers, they put these huge hoardings and banners everywhere, right? Have you seen one banner? And I do a lot of driving. Can I ask you this question? Has anybody seen one banner on the side of the Mopsa Panjim Highway, Highway, saying anything about Iffy, Serendipity, any of these massively, hugely popular? I mean, you know how beautiful some of these artwork installations are?
If the event was to start today, we see them putting up small banners maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, but that happens every year. It's the same thing about voting these politicians into place, right? You have the same mistake, but it just happens and happens every year.
But Merv, I want to say one thing though. I want to thank all the internet service providers who are doing their jobs diligently,
trying and
keeping the state connected. I know for a fact if I didn't have a good private internet connection here, I would not be able to earn a living. And so I thank all of you guys for connecting us to the world and allowing us to function and to earn a living. So thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. We love to do it. And we don't want to have the people have the interruptions, but it's an integral service. After electricity and water, internet is very important.
Yeah, it's a commodity.
I'm talking about Serendipity once again, and we've got some lovely footage. We were lucky enough to meet this gentleman, Thomas. I can't say his name, dude.
Kokleja.
No ways.
Kokleja. It's Koklega.
We were nice enough. Yusuf, Ajoy, Joanne, myself, and Sagar walked around. We walked around and we were seeing some of the stuff. It's not all the way through, ready to go yet. They were prepping for today, I guess, in the next few days. But you've got some brilliant artists. It is the Serendipity Festival is in its 10th year in Goa. It's not only art, it's not only food, it's not music, there are so many people involved. Joanne, I want you to talk so much more about it. And then Ajoy, I'd love to play that clip of what Yusuf has made. Yeah. But I'm just saying to you, all these people that put in so much time and effort and energy, they don't get their comeuppance, their kudos. And it's sad. Take it away.
Essentially, the Serendipity Arts Festival is wanting to promote, it's a not-for-profit organisation that's based in Delhi, and it's a collaborative platform that actually wants to kind of support emerging artists across South Asia. So
it's non-profit.
It's a not-for-profit. So essentially, with a lot of these events, there's exhibitions, performances, film screenings, talks and workshops. And also it's beyond Goa, so they're in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Birmingham in the UK, Varanasi, Chennai, Gurgaon, Dubai, as well as Paris, in fact. So it's kind of nice to see that there's a lot of culture that's being promoted around the globe that's originating in South Asia.
And it's happened. You mentioned all these big cosmopolitan cities.
Yeah.
Goa's on that list.
Absolutely.
And why are we not making a bigger deal about it? We had the chess, the FIDE. We've had IFI. We're having Serendipity. There's going to be so many events. We're blessed, unlike a lot of the other parts of India that don't have this privilege. We've got this privilege, and it's not properly promoted. Again, I'm saying, I'm whining about it. I'm sorry. But it's such a brilliant platform that so many people, it doesn't cost you anything. You register online, no?
Yeah, you can register online, and we went into the art park yesterday so we could see some lovely art installations. We walked onto the waterfront and had a bit of a walk along there, and we could just see some fantastic artworks. And we were just having a look around, actually, in fact, and we were just really, really lucky to meet an artist who'd got this amazing installation.
We're going to play this video.
Within the art park. So I'll just tell you the name of his artwork. It's called Suspensio Spiritualis. So this is from Thomas Kokleja.
No, it's not. You make him sound like an Indian. He's not Indian. Kokleja is Indian, dude. Kokleja, no.
How do you say it? He's
all right,
Polish.
can you please play?
Anyway, it was lovely to meet him, and he was born in the same year as I was.
He was born in Poland, and Ajoy, all of us, like, we stood back and we were like, wow, and we were lucky enough.
Yeah.
Play. Guys, this is Merv from the Merv Brito Show, and I'm chilling at the Goa Serendipity Arts Festival, happening right now here in Panjim. Check it out. Actually got the privilege of speaking to the man, the artist himself. I'm going to butcher the name. It's Thomas Konslega.
Konslega, but it's great.
Konslega, I was close.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, 100%.
Listen, we're at the Goa Serendipity Art Festival, and you're an actual artist who's displaying your art. We walked by, and we were blown away. I want you to explain what the art is, what the meaning of the art is for people that come by here.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm dealing with a figurative sculpture which is visible, and this presentation is based on an idea that heads represents the wisdom, the spirituality, all these higher things which we have with feelings. So those figures are struggling to try to avoid collapsing of the heads, to just avoid them to put down, to be, like a destroy or just drop down, etc. So it means this symbolically it represents our struggle in our life, that we are wanted to protect our spirituality with daily lives, with hundreds of things we have to do, etc. But we are still humans. We are still thinking, we are feeling, when we have kind of a higher spiritual life, not only scrolling TikTok. So this is about us. So I'm observing the people, but as you see, nobody is behaving like that. So this is not direct observation, not direct translation, but it's kind of my own translation of those observations, what I feel myself as well.
I've got to ask you, Thomas, you've got an accent. I'm going to ask you where you're from.
I'm from Poland.
From Poland. Is this the first time you've ever demoed your art at the festival here in Goa?
The festival, yes, but not in India. I presented many times in India. No, but a few times.
In India?
In India, yes. I am based in Jaipur. I have two studios in Jaipur, and I'm employing also my assistants, and I'm working with local students from College of Art. And I have a super huge sculpture permanently installed in New Delhi, actually in Noida. Yeah. This is like a 9-meter tall sculpture casted in a bronze, so it's a super huge one.
It's getting dark, it's getting late, but we were lucky enough to run into this gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see this beautiful stuff behind us, come here tomorrow, Sunday, at the Arts Festival. Come and say hello to Thomas. Thomas, thank you so much. We were lucky enough to bump into the artist himself. Anything you want to say about the festival, by the way?
As about festival, I've been here last year. I watched so many things here. So it's a very, very stunning festival. It's mind-blowing, so huge event, like comparable to biggest events in the world. And so many interesting things. So please, guys, if you are looking this, please come here, join the show, join the festival, be part of this.
Non-for-profit, the 10th annual Goa Serendipity Festival. Thank you so much, sir.
It's my privilege to talk to you.
Pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
Until the 21st of December.
And
fabulous.
He was so cool. I'm going to say his name again. Thomas Konslega.
You finally got it. You
done.
finally got
Joanne said Thomas Kukreja, and that's like an Indian name.
I
It's
thought
not.
you were saying I'm saying it
Thomas
like
Cook-
cucaracha.
You know what? I think it's
Saying
so-
that.
it. Oh my God, it's becoming a song now. La
He was
Cucaracha.
so cool, Ajo. I got to say, we were lucky enough to bump into him, and they're still setting up, right? He was still setting up, but he was totally cool. He came and
Yeah.
talked to us, and I'm saying to you, it's such a brilliant opportunity to meet some absolutely spectacularly lovely people
Yeah.
that have worked so hard. They work like he's got installations in Delhi.
Yeah.
He showed us pictures on his phone, right?
Absolutely amazing.
So these are like artists. Oh, you'd have to go to galleries to see these guys, and you've got it happening right here in your own backyard in Goa, in a beautiful setting, in a lovely venue. Go check it out. It's the Serendipity Festival. We're not getting paid, by the way, for promoting it. We're not getting paid. That lady tried to stop us, but at the end of the day, it's something nice, and it's something to be proud of as Goans, which is happening in our own backyard, and I don't think enough people are aware of it
Yeah.
and taking advantage of, basically. Go and take advantage of.
And it's really easy to download the app and register, and then you can find out all of the events that are actually happening. So some of the events are actually paid for events, but of course, whenever there's any kind of a festival, there's a lot of things that mushrooms up around it. So, there's lots of stores, there's food stores, there's, merchandise places so that you can buy Christmas gifts, all that kind of stuff. So even on the 19th, if you're having a lovely, well-earned day off, you might actually want to head into Panjim.
There he is, dude. They've got a picture of this guy. Thomas Koslega. Thomas Koslega. You know what? We're coming to the end of the show right now, and we're going to talk about very quickly. This 19th, we're obviously not going to be on the air. There's Thomas. He's a good-looking cat, dude. I love that jacket.
And some of his artwork it's got gold. It's like gold within it.
He was explaining the process of how they make the balls, the spheres. They're beaten with
But
two
that's a
flat pieces.
3,000-year-old Indian tradition, and he's taken it
mercury.
back to Europe.
I love this dude. I love resin, bronze, public sculpture. He's got like a lot of stuff out there. You guys, you don't know what you're missing. He was such a cool, very approachable person.
Yeah.
But you've got these absolute spectacular experts in their field, artists that you'd never get the opportunity to meet. Take advantage of it and make it a point to go and say hi to Thomas. He was really cool. Thomas, thank you so much, by the way, for your time. We're going to end this show. We're going to talk about Liberation Day. That's on the 19th. Anything you want to say, Yusuf?
What?
About the rain in Spain.
No. You're talking about the Portuguese.
No.
Portuguese.
Liberation Day. I
were
just
kicked
mentioned.
out
We're
on
talking about
liberation. I'm just joking.
No, let's ask Yusuf.
Spain
Come on,
is
Yusuf.
next door to Portugal.
Goa
Talk
got
with your
freedom
talk.
in
Explain
19.
Liberation Day in your Shah Rukh Khan accent. Sang mare.
I don't know Shah Rukh Khan accent, man.
Just now you were doing detail.
No.
What's the dialogue? मैं नहीं खाऊंगा और तुमको खाने दे देंगे.
So what you want to listen?
Explain Liberation Day in Konkani or Hindi, Baba.
19 December, we got the freedom from the Portuguese rule in 1961, and we are celebrating. How many years passed now? 1961.
1961. So that means 39 plus
61?
25.
Huh?
39 and
plus
25 is 64.
Hey, what mess you doing, man? Years.
39 and 25
Yes.
is 64.
Correct.
Mate, my mama taught me my math.
What?
And we're celebrating on the 19th. We're not going to be doing a show before it, but we need to bring some. I'd love to have, you know what I just thought about? My Uncle Stephen.
Yeah, be lovely.
Uncle Steve, Auntie Olivia, if you're watching, can Uncle Steve please come on the show on the 20, what is it, Sunday? I will send a driver in a car to pick him up, and I will send a driver in a car to drop him home. He is one of the most interesting people you'll ever meet. Stephen Pereira from Panjim, from Altino. I would love to, if Auntie Olivia would let him on the show. He would talk to you about the changes in Goa over time, liberation, industry, the change. He's such an interesting guy.
Let's do it.
History. He loves that. All the history of old Goa.
Wow.
We've done a couple of tours with him, and some of the information that he'll tell you regarding the history around the churches and the basilica.
Blow your mind.
It's
Wow.
phenomenal, really
That's-
phenomenal.
what's your aunt's name, by the way?
Auntie Olivia, she's Olivia Pereira.
Auntie Olivia, please, if you could just lend us your husband for a couple of hours.
2 hours,
We'll
3
take
hours.
care of him. If you want, you can join us as well, and we're all going to have
We'll
fun.
bring her along. There's gonna be alcohol. There's gonna be birds. There's gonna be chicks. No, I'm just kidding. Auntie Olivia, obviously, I'm joking. We will get him home safely. But my Uncle Stephen would be the man to have and speak about liberation, because he's very interesting.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
You want to make some more noise,
Well-
Peterhead?
Which noise you want?
Flipping hell, my God.
Merv,
Yeah, Baba.
but I think this upcoming Liberation Day is a pivotal moment now for
What?
Goa, considering what we're seeing happening in Goa. I think we're first of all very further down that path, maybe of no return. Maybe we can pull it back, but I think this is the year that would make or break in Goa in a way because of what is happening around us. So I think we have to have a really hard conversations on the 19th of December.
I think so. And also, I think we should ask for people to get in touch with us and tell us some stories from, family history around Liberation Day and maybe some of the families of the freedom fighters that can actually, just talk a little bit more about it. Because I know if you go to Aguada jail, they've got some great installations there. They've actually got plaques up honouring all of the freedom fighters who actually lost their lives as well.
We should. Why don't we do a shoot from there?
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it. The 20th is the elections also.
Yeah.
On that note, this is the Merv Brito Show. You've been listening to us, and we've hoped we've entertained you and made you more informed. As always, our social media handles for Liberation Day. If you've got a story you want to send a shout out, or you'd like to say something nice to somebody, or thank somebody for their service, or any message you would like to put out there into the ether, get in touch with us on our social media handles. Hint, hint, Willie, wake up. Get your flipping hands out of here. No. Put the social media hands on the phone. They've been streaming across the bottom of the screen all day. All our social media hands, we'd love to hear from you. And like I said earlier, we do this. This is a labor of love, something we're very passionate about. The Merv Brito Show is on all the social media handles where you get your social media. Send us a message. You can get in touch with us on WhatsApp. 7246-246. The 20th is the elections, ZP elections, yes?
Yeah.
ZP elections.
Make your votes count.
Make sure you get out there and vote. Vote, vote, vote. Vote with your head. Vote with your heart. You back?
Yes, we are voting it.
Voting it. Okay. Who are you voting for? Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know where you're going to go and vote?
Yes, both.
Do you? In a booth.
Where is the booth?
He's the brightest bulb on the tree. I swear to God, he's going to vote in a booth.
Where's the booth?
Wait.
Huh?
Where's the booth?
Really, why you asking me this thing?
You can't stalk him.
I can't tell you because
it's private matter.
Yeah, private matter.
I know where you live.
He's a Sealand boy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to end the show and thank everybody that's tuned in, that's got in touch with us. And once again, I got to say, thank you for watching the show. Thank you for actually sending us your message. I mean to get in touch with you and respond. We didn't get a chance to do the messages. I want to thank Walter Lobo for his insight into what's happening. As always, I'm a big fan. We will be talking more about the elections and what's coming up next week, Liberation Day, on the next episode of the Merv Brito Show. If you like what we do, support us. Leave us a like, share what we're doing, tell people about us. In the meantime, I hope you have a brilliant week, a lovely day tomorrow, and as always, the Merv Brito Show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. Until next week, take care of yourselves and one another. Merv Brito, out.